Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are going to talk about JavaScript. JavaScript, often abbreviated GS, is programming language that is one of the core technologies of the World Wide Web. Alongside HTML and CSS, over 97% percent of websites use JavaScript on the client side for web page behavior. Often incorporating third-party libraries, all major web browsers have a dedicated JavaScript engine to execute the code on users' devices. JavaScript is a high-level, often just in the time compiled language that converts to the ECMAScript standard. It has dynamic typing, prototype-based object orientation, and first-class function. It is multi-paradigm and supporting event-driven, functional, and imperative programming styles. It has application programming interfaces for working with text, dates, regular expressions, standard data structures, and the document objective model. The ECMAScript standard does not include any input-output, such as networking, storage, or graphic facilities. In practice, the web browser or other runtime system provides JavaScript APIs for I/O. JavaScript engine were originally used only in the web browsers, but are now core components of thumb servers and variety of applications. The most popular runtime system for this usage is Node.js. Also, Java and JavaScript are similar in name, syntax, and respective standards libraries. The two languages are distinct and differ greatly in design. History. The first web browser with graphical user interface, Mosaic, was released in 1993. Accessible to non-technical people, it played a prominent role in the rapid growth of the nascent World Wide Web. The, leader, the lead developers of Mosaic then founded the Netscape Corporation, which released a more polished browser, Netscape Navigator. In 1994, this quick became the most used. During these formative years of the web pages could only be static, lacking the capability for dynamic behavior after the page was loaded in the browsers. There was a design in the burgeoning web development scene to remove this limitation. So in 1995, Netscape decided to add scripting language to Navigator. They pursued two routes to achieve this, collaborating Sun's microsystems to embed the Java programming language while also hiring Brandon H. to embed the Shim language. Netscape management soon decided that the best option was for each to devise a new language with syntax similar to Java and less like Shim or extant scripting language. Also, the new language and its interpure implementation were called Livescript. When first shipped as a part of Navigation Beta in September 1995, the name was changed to JavaScript for the official release in December. The choice of JavaScript name has caused confusion, implying that it is directly related to Java. At the time, the dot-com boom had begun and Java was the hot new language, so each considered the JavaScript name a marketing ploy by Netscape. Um, Adoption by Microsoft. Microsoft debuted Internet Explorer in 1995, leading to a browser war with Netscape. One of the JavaScript front, Microsoft reverse engineering the Navigator interpreter to create its own called Jscript. Jscript was first released in 1996 alongside initial support for CSS and extensions to HTML. Each of these implementations was noticeably different from their counterparts in Navigator. This design difference made it difficult for developers to make their websites work well in both browsers, leading to widespread use of the best viewed in the Netscape and best view in the Internet Explorer logos for several years. The rise of Jscript. In November 1996, Netscape submitted JavaScript of ECMA International as a starting point for standards specification that all browsers vendors could conform to. This led to the official release of the first ECMAScript language specification in June 1997. The standard process continued for years, with release for ECMAScript 2 in June 1998 and ECMAScript 3 in December 1999. Work on ECMAScript 4 began in 2000. Meanwhile, Microsoft gained an increasingly dominating position in the browser market. By early 2000s, Internet Explorer market share reached 95%. This means that JavaScript became the de facto standard for client-side scripting on the web. Microsoft initially participated in the standards process and implemented some proposal it in a JavaScript language, but eventually it stopped collaborating on ECMA work. Thus, ECMAScript 4 was mothballed. Um, Reaching maturity. Ambition work on the language continued for several years, culminating in an extensive collection of additions, and refinements being formalized with the publication of ECMAScript 6 in 2015, the creation of Node.js in 2009 by Ryan Daigle sparked a significant increase in the usage of JavaScript outside of the web browsers. Node combines the P8 engine and event loop and INO APS, thereby providing a stand-alone JavaScript runtime system. As of 2018, Node had been used by millions of developers, and NPM had the most modules of any package manager in the world. The ECMAScript draft specification is currently maintained openly on GitHub, and additions are produced via regular annual snapshots. Potential revisions to the language are vetted through a comprehensible proposal process. Now, instead of edition numbers, developers check the status of upcoming features individually. The current JavaScript ecosystem has many libraries and frameworks, established programming practice, and substantial usage of JavaScript outside of the web browsers, plus with the rise of single-page applications and other JavaScript-heavy websites, several transpilers have been created to aid the developers process. So guys, I think it's enough for today. Thank you for your attention. Goodbye.